All righty. We are recording. Okay. Hey, everyone. Thank you once more for being here. Really, really excited because we have Merlina Marcan on the show today. Thank you, Merlina, for being here once more.
I thank you.
Yeah. And I'm here with my sister, Tracee. We are the Orb Sisters, in case you don't know that yet. We get some amazing orb and all kinds of paranormal photos as well. And Tracee and I are going to be talking to Merlina about her work, her phenomenal work. And if you haven't seen her first video with us, or you haven't seen her work, you definitely have to go to her Facebook page and watch the first video that we did with Merlina, and I'll put that link down below. But yeah, we're just really excited to see her presentation. Tracee, hi, how you doing?
Hey, good. Happy to be here and happy to be talking to Merlina again.
I know, right? Yeah, we got on a roll before I hit the record button, just started talking about all kinds of stuff. So
yeah,
I know
we could be here all night.
I know, right? Talking about all this amazing stuff. So Merlina, I would like for you to just share a quick synopsis of where you are with your work, and then we'll get straight to your presentation.
Okay. First of all, hi to America. To you two lovely ladies.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, well, I've been researching now 12 years, close to 12 years. It started off with trying to catch an orb in my photos. I really tried and tried and tried. Eventually I did. And then I started getting more and more and more and more and more. And I started getting these, what's in them? What are they? And that's how it really, the curiosity that I had inside of me of what they were. I just started trying to go into them. 12 years later, I'm here. And this is what I've been capturing. And I've called it my MFT method, which are the acronyms for Merlina Focus Technique Method. It's just a simple process that I do to get images like what is behind me. 12 years later. Yeah. And I'm improving as I go, because, you know, every year, every month, every year that goes by, my pictures, my images are getting clearer and clearer. So that's 12 years of what I've been doing.
Nice. So it appears that they're working with you even more as you work with it. Spirit is working, so. Beings are working with you to bring up clearer images.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like I get thoughts in my ear. Mm-hmm. I don't hear them because it's just a muffled thing in my mind. And then I think, oh, I'll do it this way. I'll do it that way. I'll experiment this way. And it just gets better and better. So I think I'm being guided. They're telling me, or not really telling me, but subconsciously they're telling me. And this is what I'm getting.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did we mention that Merlina is
sorry, I think you're frozen. I can't hear you.
Okay. Yeah, Tracee, you froze up. Okay. All right. So before Tracee froze up there, she asked if we mentioned that Merlina was in Australia, and no, we didn't. Merlina is in Australia.
Hi from Australia again.
Okay, so where were we?
Should we start?
Let's start. Yeah. Let's go ahead with the presentation. Are you okay with that, Merlina? Oh, I wanted to say, check out those pictures behind Merlina. I mean, those are absolutely amazing. And, you know, how can you refute that, and I'm assuming these are orbs, and you pull out these heads, beings.
What I want to say is that these are energy fields. Right. Whether they're from orbs or plasmas or whatever. Okay. And with my MFT method, I go into them. I do my technique, my method, and this is what I capture. Now, this is not pareidolia.
Right.
These are real images. And what I want to say is that when it's not just images of orbs that I capture, it's images from people all around the world that they send me. Their orbs, their plasmas, their vortex, their energy fields. It's like if you go and give blood, you go to a microbiologist, you give your blood so that the microbiologist can have a look at it and tell you what's in your blood sample, right? And the microbiologist comes along, looks at it and says, oh, Sharon, Tracee, you've got a very low red blood cell count, or your white blood cells have gone up or something, right? They are your cells, it's your blood, but the microbiologist tells you what's inside your blood sample or whatever the sample is. So this is exactly, people around the world are sending me images of their captures. And like a microbiologist, I go into them and I show what is inside.
Nice.
Yeah. Right? So that's just a little.
I love that analogy.
That's great.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Are you ready, people? This is going to be so amazing. I love this.
So you need to let me share the screen.
Okay. Okay. There we go.
Okay.
Tell me when you're recording?
Yes, yes.
All right, okay. All right, so I just want to sort of talk about the orb phenomena. Now, the orb phenomena is not just the round objects that we see in photos, right? There is all types of different variations and types of energy fields that come under the name of the orb phenomena. And it includes orbs, which are the round objects, which are electrical and magnetic energy fields. The orb phenomena could be portals, vortex, it could be plasma, ectoplasma, which is all these mists that we see in photographs, and you girls have captured quite a lot of them, the mists. It could be the spirit mists, it could be the elementals, the fairy realm, because I very, very, very much believe that there is a fairy realm of little people out there.
Right.
And all types of atmospheric and all different types of ionizations that occur in our atmosphere that are coming from other realms, frequencies, and dimensions are all labeled under the topic of the orb phenomena. So it is a very, very, very large topic, very broad, and we call it the orb phenomena.
Right. Nice.
I love that.
Okay. Yeah, totally.
Oh, well, I'll just give you yeah, that's okay. Leave it there. That's fine. I just want to give you an example of when I say it's a broad, if we go into food, the food phenomena, right? The food phenomena it's gigantic, but it all comes under food, but it includes foods like meats, fruits, vegetables, sweets, but they're all labeled as food. So that's food. The same with the orb phenomena. It's orbs, mists, energies, elementals, magnetic fields, all labeled under the orb phenomena. And that's just a little example so that people can understand how big and gigantic the orb phenomena topic is.
That's a great analogy. Okay.
Yeah, totally.
Okay. Now today we're going to talk about what these energy fields that are coming to us probably could be or probably are. And I believe that the three basic types of intelligent contact with us are 3 different types. One, we can make contact through meditation. When we open up our inner self, our minds, our psyche, which is a Greek word which means soul. Our soul opens up, and we'll be able to, we're able to feel and see things that were not possible before. And this can be through meditation, through soul searching, opening up and calling our higher beings, our neighbors, our neighboring solar systems to come to us. And this also includes our loved ones from the other side. So I'm not talking just about our cosmic beings from neighboring star systems. I'm also talking about the afterlife, our loved ones. And we're going to see pictures of every single one of these. Now, the second one is on a rarer note. There is contact by some people that are already connected to higher beings. So they don't need to meditate. They don't need to ask for them to come. I believe that they've got direct genetic descendant information in them, either with DNA connections. I hope if you can stop me whenever you want, because it is a little complicated what I'm saying, but it's not. It's 3 simple ways that we can communicate, or we are able to see these other. So
no, you're doing fine. My audience is very smart. They're aware, so you're doing fine.
I know they are.
We'll stop you if I get that question mark above my head, then I'll stop you and say, huh? Okay.
Okay. So on number 2, I just want to say that the chosen ones, they don't need to meditate or do soul searching or shift their aura in meditation, because they already intact into the DNA connections with these higher beings. And this includes, like, for example, the star seeds, the indigo children, or genetic old soul descendants that have come back to Earth, and empowered chosen light workers. And they have a mission. They have a mission to elevate the planet's vibration. Now, we're going to see examples of this. And then the third type of capturing these energy fields is not necessarily connected to humans. It's connected to specific areas on Earth. So there's a lot of power spot areas on Earth, and there is constant ongoing travel between worlds from different realms, different dimensions, different frequencies. And they're like busy airports. It's just coming in, going out, coming in, going out. And these are areas such as portal areas, vortex areas, and channeling ley lines. And I've got a few examples of this. So, yes?
I was just going to say, I believe where my sister lives is one of those areas, because we see a lot of activity in her, she sees a lot of activity there in her photos, and when I'm there we get lots, but she also sees a lot of galactic extraterrestrials, whatever you would call it, non-human beings in her her photos. We see those, right, Tracee?
Oh, yes,
Right.
yes. I've seen a lot of your photos. Yes, and I'm amazed. Absolutely. Right. So basically, so we can start seeing pictures, people to understand. Basically, one is it's through meditation, soul searching, opening up your chakras, calling for these beings to connect. That's one. 2 is the chosen ones. The chosen ones are the empowered chosen light workers. They are constantly connecting. And I've got a very good example of this. And the third one is they're not connected to humans, but they are connected to specific areas of the Earth. So those are the basic 3 types of energies coming to us.
Okay.
If you understand what I mean.
Sure. And we could also be all three.
Oh, yes, yes, that could be. Yes,
Right.
absolutely. You're right,
Yes.
Sharon. There's like intermixing. Yes, yes.
Mhm. Nice. I love that.
Okay.
Okay, next slide.
All right, let's see. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Now, I talked about the meditating. That was number one. The meditating to open up connection with the psyche. And there is a place which I will go. Hopefully by next year I will travel to. It's called the Foco Tonal Hunab, and it's in Mexico. In Aguas Calientes. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Now, the Hanub Kai is it's a shrine. It is a very simple shrine. It's just a circular white brick formation where people gather. They gather and they open up absolutely beautiful energy fields. Like if you stand in the middle of the Hanub Ku, you stand in the middle and you meditate. And one of the organizers is Murat Sandoval, who is experienced in this. And I believe he's a very empowered light worker. And groups gather together and they meditate in the middle, and this is what they capture.
Wow. That's amazing.
The golden light, the white lights. And you notice that most of the pictures are standing as this little girl down the bottom. The girl with the yellow dress down the bottom. She's standing on this, is it a brick? It's a little foot plateau. And even the guy on the top, one with the red shirt up the top, he's standing on that pedestal, if you could see.
Oh yes, they all are, it looks like.
They
The ones we
all
can
are,
see.
even the woman, the person with the white on the right hand side of, they stand in the middle of this pedestal meditating, and it's like the portals just open and
Wow.
light comes down. And the woman, the older woman down the bottom, with the beams of light all over her, she's standing on that pedestal.
That's amazing.
Absolutely. And Murat Sandoval actually said, and I this is why I put it in here, spiritual warriors are those who confidently choose where to focus their inner attention. And even when the external realities of your daily life are chaotic, problematic, or just plain anything, always focus your attention on your own soul and opening up, connect to the cosmos. And this is a very good example. Next slide, we'll see better ones.
Those are beautiful.
We're still at the Hunab Ku in Mexico. Again, notice how they stand on that pedestal in the center of this shrine.
Wow.
Every single photo. And they meditate. And you get these beams of golden energy. And I believe we will see that they are cosmic beings.
So you think this is at ley line?
Yes,
Okay.
I believe it. Yes, I believe it's and when people, as we said, they intermix. It's like a ley line. It's a portal area, and when people come into this little round shrine, it's nothing fancy. It's just a brick wall, a circular brick wall, where people just meditate and it's like it just opens up. You stand on that pedestal and look at the gold energy that comes down, the cosmic beings.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
amazing.
And you know what, Merlina, I bet you that the gold, the energy or that color, that light is so much more brilliant than that, but that's just what the camera could capture.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. And don't forget, we're getting the real colors. Probably we can't even see with our
Can't
own
see it.
eyes.
Right. We
Yeah.
can't see. Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
It's just the interpretation of what the camera is capturing.
And maybe the camera even captures more than what we can see.
Yeah, and the camera is just interpreting to our eyes that
Right.
our eyes are interpreting, and we're watching these colors. But it's not just colors like this. If you go into the next slide,
Wow.
again, at the Hanubku in Mexico, you could see standing on that pedestal, and in the bottom right, oh, sorry, the bottom left, the two girls standing on that pedestal, hugging each other on that pedestal. And you get the purple lights, the pink lights, the red lights, it's not just gold. So there is a connection with people meditating, what I said in the first part of the meditation. And this shrine is probably some sort of a ley line, yes, of where cosmic portals enter. Now, I want to talk about, yes, this photo.
Okay.
I said on a rarer note, some people are somehow already connected to the higher beings, right? Either by cosmic star seeding, by direct genetic descendants, or by DNA connections to them. So this is Dumitran Claudiu from Bucharest, Romania. Now, he doesn't need to meditate. He doesn't need to actually go and ask them to come. And the reason why is because I believe that Dumitran is already connected to them in some way. Is he a star seed? Is he an indigo child? Is he a genetic old soul descendant? But he definitely is an empowered, chosen light worker. So even in broad daylight, he'll go out. Where is in Mexico where in Mexico in that shrine, you have to ask for them. You meditate and they will come, right? And you have to be in that area inside the shrine and they will come. Opposite to Dumitran, he doesn't have to be in a shrine. He doesn't have to be anywhere in particular. He could be in his own bedroom. He could be in his own apartment. He could be in the park. He could be on the street. It could be in broad daylight at night. They are constantly with him. And he doesn't meditate. I asked him, I said, do you meditate? He said, no, I think of nothing. I just close my eyes and they come. So this is just a few examples of being, and I believe that Dumitran is an empowered, chosen light worker that may have some, call it DNA connection. Who knows?
Wow.
And it's very rare. This is, it's a gift that they have given him. And the funny thing is that he doesn't know how he does it. He doesn't know. And I've asked him many times. Let's have a look at the next one, the next slide. All right, there's a few down the bottom, which is in his house, in his room. I've asked him, do you meditate? Do you ask? And he says, no. My mind just goes blank. I do not think of anything. I do not meditate. My mind goes blank.
Merlina, does he ever take photos where he's not in the photo and capture energy that way too?
He has,
Okay.
yes. But most of them, it's most of the times, and these are images. They're not tampered with. These are images that it's directly in his camera, in his memory card.
Right.
So it
Yeah,
almost
they're
looks
not manipulated. Yeah.
They're not
right.
manipulated. They directly, and Romania is another place. Apart from Mexico, next year I'm also going to go to Romania.
Wow.
And he believes the only thing that he knows for sure is that he got his powers or his gift from the Busechi Mountains. This he knows. Why he got these powers, he does not know. How he captures these things, they just come to him. So he doesn't know. But these are authentic images, just like the inside the shrine in Mexico. They are real images.
So let me ask you this, or comment if I could, please, on these photos, his photos. It almost looks to me like these light, this light phenomenon
Energy, yeah.
that it is coming from his hands.
He puts his hands inside. Yes. It's not
Okay.
coming from his hands. They are there, but he puts his hands in. He goes in, like sometimes he'll take pictures and he's covered in the light. It's like he's inside it.
Okay.
How he does it, he doesn't know.
So he does. So I know you talked to him, right? So when does he, if you could, if you've had this conversation with him, does he know where obviously he knows where the light is, or they know where he's going to put his hand, or he has his hand there and then they
I think they
up?
know. Basically, he's also had a few on video.
Okay.
Video
Okay.
where he can, in the camera, he can see the portal. It's there.
Okay.
That was my next question. If you have any video.
If he, and if he can see it.
Right.
He sees it on the camera. He puts it on the stand, and he walks inside the portal. And while he walks inside the portal, he's distorted, and then he walks out. Now, a lot of people do not believe, but
Oh, well.
Yeah, there are naysayers and non-believers around the world.
Yeah.
But if they could see that he's sitting in his lounge room or in the park, it's all broad daylight, he takes a picture and then like flicks the memory card, and there it is. It's directly on his memory cards. And even the one down the bottom left, where he's shunning away from the light. He shunned away from the light because there's a few of the times down the bottom, the red one down the bottom.
This one?
Yeah, that one. See how he's shunned away? I've asked him a few times where he's actually moved, and he said that he's felt a bright light sometimes, not all the times, but sometimes the bright is so, he protects himself.
Because it's so bright.
He has this instinct that he's got to move away from it. It's so bright.
That's interesting. I was just talking yesterday about, there was one time when I took a picture of a bright light, when I was taking photos, a bright light appeared right in front of my camera. It was so bright that it blew out my screen on my camera. That's how bright it was. And Tracee took a picture of me once. Tracee, I don't know if you remember this. You will. I was up there for Thanksgiving. There was snow out and everything like that. Well, it wasn't snowing at the time, but there was snow on the ground. And when she took the picture, I felt something fly in front of my face, and I swatted it. I didn't know what it was, but when she took the picture, there was an orb right over my nose.
Yes.
Do you remember that?
Sometimes
kind of, yeah. I do.
Sometimes they can manifest into more 3D.
Yes. Yeah. So
And
I subconsciously felt it floating around my face, and I was going like that, and then there's an orb right there. So that's what it makes me think
do
of.
you
with
ever,
him.
sometimes it's only been maybe over the last couple of years, I could see peripheral, like, and I have
Oh yeah.
I feel as if there's something there, or I look and then there's nothing there, but I've actually seen it. It's like something's moved,
Mm-hmm.
but
Out of the corner of your
as
eye,
soon
yeah.
as, yeah, the corner of your eye, yeah.
Yeah, totally.
And this is like an example. Sometimes the light is so bright. I mean, the last two photos down the bottom, he's actually putting his hand, and I think they follow his hand too, because there's a lot of pictures where, as I said, Dumatron is, I would call him a chosen one. For what reason, he doesn't even know. I don't know. Everybody has a mission here. So eventually, I believe Dumatron will get to understand his mission. And even this, not understanding, but showing people and capturing things, even that is a positive tick in his mission.
Exactly. Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, next one.
Oh,
Oh, no. No, this one. Hang on. Let me just see.
Look at those colors.
Yep.
Wow.
All right. Now I got a few here where this is broad daylight in the park. So it doesn't matter. It's not like Mexico in the shrine where you got to be in the shrine meditating. This is Dumatron no matter where he goes. Yep. He could be sitting on the bench, walking in the park, in his house, in the Busechi Mountains. And I think I've said before that in the Busechi Mountains, 3 years ago, he didn't even know he had this gift. I think it was 2018. So that's 19, 20, 22. Yeah, 3.5, 4 years ago. And he went to the Busechi Mountains and he felt this white light. He bathed in the cold stream and he saw this light come down to him like a beam. And he wasn't scared. It was very cold, but he felt this warmth on him. And for some reason, he just said, I accept you. Will you accept me? And he doesn't know why he said it. He just said it. And then from that day on, he's been capturing images like this.
Wow.
So maybe there is a starseed, an indigo child, or DNA connection. I don't know.
is there a reason why he has a shirt off a lot of the time? I was just curious.
I was
Maybe,
going to say, oh, he's wearing a shirt in one of these. Okay.
yeah, I know. I just thought maybe he captured the energy easier.
And another thing you'll notice, often he's barefoot.
Barefoot, yes, exactly. I noticed
Yeah.
that too.
Often he's
So
barefoot.
he connects to the energy probably better that
Yes.
way.
Totally. Yeah.
I'm sure that, if he didn't have to wear even his board shorts, he probably wouldn't even wear his board shorts.
He'd be a nudist.
Well, to say, well, thank you, Dumatron, for wearing shorts in the photos.
But are we going on to the next one? Okay.
Oh, do you want me to go back?
No, that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. No. I just wanted to say that he doesn't feel the cold. All right, now let's get into
Interesting.
the phenomena where it's not really connected so much to people, it's connected to the earth, to that spot, to that area.
Teresa's on our Orb Sisters page.
Sorry?
She's a member. Teresa is a
Oh,
member.
Teresa,
Yes, she is. Yeah.
Teresa is just, she's captured amazing photos on her property, on her ranch, on her next to her house, and you can see the house.
Look at that.
And this is not so much connected to her or to the people that go to the house. All this activity is connected to the ground, to the area, to the surface, to whatever you want to call it, a cosmic airport. So
Yeah.
it's like a portal area.
Energy airport.
Energy airport, yes, for cosmic beings. And Teresa lives in New River, Arizona, USA. Right.
So
And
what's
look,
interesting, go ahead, sorry.
yes, go ahead.
I was just gonna say what's so interesting is the energies are up and down, which might, and you'll of course tell us your brilliant ideas on this, but you know, there's a connection between the heaven and earth kind of thing, or there's, to me, I don't know, but it's just so interesting how it's moving. The energy is being shown up and down, connecting to the planet, and then also going up to this, the ethers or the sky or whatever.
Yeah, well, these photos were taken on different days, right? They're
Right, right, yeah.
But you can see her white fence.
It's a consistent thing, yeah.
It's a consistent. She gets a lot. She gets a lot of different types, but the
Mhm.
majority of energy fields on her property, on her house, on her trees, it sort of makes you wonder that they're not really connected to people. It's like it's a travel thing. It's a travel cosmic airport, really. And these beams, and they're very, very characteristic. You don't really get this much anywhere else. I'm not saying that you can't get them elsewhere, but in this particular, on her property has been built, her house has been built on some sort of, I don't know, what would you call it? Tracee, you said a cosmic airport, maybe. Yes.
Yeah.
All right, let's go into the next one.
It's just so interesting to me
Energy
how
highway.
how the energies are going up and down, and we of course we travel different directions. This is
Again,
north
here's
to
another one.
south, north to south.
Teresa,
Yeah.
in Arizona again, in the USA. Now, her fence, she goes out and, she captures, I've seen thousands of her photos over the last couple of years. And the majority of what she captures on her property is this type of activity. It's like beams, beams, beams. And there's a lot that are not just a straight line. There's flowing ones. There's like zigzags, like ribbons. And again, you can see her fence. These are done on different days. It's just magical.
Yeah.
But these light energy fields on her property, I don't believe are connected, don't come for people. They come because they're connected to that land.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
One. Yes, sorry.
That makes sense to me. That
Mhm.
it's
and it looks
like you said, it's a highway. Like, it's a highway.
Right.
It is. I mean, look,
Some kind of highway, yeah.
There's left to right, north to south. They're moving there. It looks hectic.
Yeah.
It's not just one beam. Next one.
Yeah.
Now, this is again Teresa's photos on her property, and you could see the white fence down the bottom. I put this in just to show that she gets curved lights. She gets like veils. It's just incredible what she captures on her land. But this is not really connected to people so much as it's connected to that area. So anybody standing with her, with a camera, on her property, on her land, would be capturing pictures like this.
Wow.
It's just fascinating.
It just goes to show that there's so much going on around us that we can't see.
Can't see.
Absolutely, absolutely. And where you've got the no, back. Here, we.
Is that
All
not
right,
the
well,
right one?
never mind. Let's leave it on that.
Oh, she wanted to talk
So
about
this-
this one, Tracee. Yeah.
Oh, you're still talking about this one? Okay.
Yeah, well, I just wanted to say that the second one down the bottom,
Mhm.
it looks like a.
This one?
She's captured a lot. I've seen a lot of
Mhm.
what she's captured. It's just like a sheet or a veil.
Yeah, it is like a sheet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a sheet. Yeah. She
This looks
captures
like a
lot.
plasma cloud, like what
But look
Sherry and I
how
get.
Right.
agitated it looks. It looks
Yeah.
Chaotic,
very
hectic.
Chaotic. Yeah.
that's a good word. Yes, chaotic.
Yes.
It looks chaotic, and a lot of her the beams that she captures on her property look very chaotic, like very they're going one way, another way. Yes, yes.
I see a face in there. Do you see a face in the middle? The one that's chaotic?
Yeah,
I see eyes and a nose and hair.
I
a
know
male.
I know the area you're looking at.
Okay,
But
yeah.
if you go further deeper in, you would see a lot of heads.
Yeah, totally. There's looks like a male looking out from all that
They're
chaos.
very chaotic. So what she captures, most of the time it's beams, up, down, left, right, and they're just chaotic. All right, now we can go to the next one. Now, what I've done here, I just want to make a comparison from all around the world: Romania, Mexico, USA. Now, the first one, of course, Romania, is Dumatron. In the second one, Mexico, is in the shrine of Marat, the light worker. And USA, of course, is on Therese's property. Now, look at the comparisons. You can see Romania, Dumatron's touching the orbs. They're bright, they're yellow, they see through their light. In Mexico with Marat, standing on that pedestal, look at the orbs. Look how similar they are to Dumatrons in Romania.
Mm-hmm.
So they might be coming from the same part of the cosmos.
Mm-hmm.
They're very similar. And then you have Therese's in USA, and she's got these moving orbs. So I put these three together, and I'm going to make a lot of comparisons now. Next one, next slide. Again, the top three are Marat in Mexico in the shrine. You can actually see in the first photo how the white light is just covered his head. It's moving down. Probably might move down right through all his body.
Mm-hmm.
Just below is the Dumatron one in Romania. He's sitting in his lounge room, and the light has covered his whole body. So look at the comparison. These are empowered light workers. The second one in the middle up the top, Marat is meditating. That white light that probably is moving right through his whole body.
Mm-hmm.
And down the bottom, the white light that Therese in the USA has. Look at the comparison, how similar they are in different areas of the world. And in the top right-hand corner, again, it's Marat and one of his meditators there inside the shrine, standing on the pedestal, that little pedestal. Look at that orb as if it came from the ground and it's moving up.
Mm-hmm.
And down the bottom, the green, it's Therese's in USA, it's green. But look at the comparison, the orb just shooting up.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next one. All right, now I've made a comparison here, and I'm doing this so that people can understand that this is happening all around the world. And different people are capturing images that are very, very similar. So Dumatron in Romania, the top two with the yellow light that's covering him. And right next to it's Marat in Mexico in the shrine. The yellow light. So look at the yellow light of Romania and look at the yellow light of Mexico. And again, Marat in Mexico is standing on the pedestal. Whereas Dumatron is just, you know, he doesn't have to stand on a pedestal. They just come to him no matter where he goes. And down the bottom, the white light. You've got Dumatron in Romania sitting on the park bench, barefoot, shirtless.
Shirtless.
Yeah. And connecting with this white light covering his body, well, half of his body anyway, his hand. And look at the Mexico Marat, where they are meditating around the pedestal. Someone is just about to get onto the pedestal. You could see the feet, or getting off the pedestal. And the white light. So white light, up the top, golden light, golden light. So it's very, 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 very similar comparison. Next one. Again, I had to put a different color in for a comparison. You've got Dumatron from Romania and you got Marat from Mexico. Now, Dumatron is in his lounge room. And look at that pink, golden portal type of an orb energy field in his lounge room. And in Mexico, you have the people on the ground. You can see them meditating. They are meditating, praying, and you have that's Marat is with the white shirt. And look at the colors from Mexico and Romania, how similar they are.
I would call that magenta.
Magenta.
Yes, yes.
It does.
One is from meditation and the other one is just from a connection, a DNA connection, maybe. I don't know.
So pretty.
All right, next one.
It is very pretty.
Oh, that's it for that one.
Okay, you have to go into the next. All right, now we had a look now at all the energy fields when you ask them to come from around the world, but what are they? How can we prove that they are more than just a light? How can we prove that these are intelligent cosmic energies with cosmic beings inside them? So I just want to, for people that don't know, Sergeant Clifford Stone, in 2001, they had a they had a national press club in Washington conference with over 20 military, intelligent, government, scientific witnesses. They came forth and to talk about the reality of UFOs and extraterrestrial visits and etc. And this is where Sergeant Clifford Stone gave a testimony saying that he gave a first-hand testimony saying that up until 1989, 57 alien races were confirmed by governments.
Wow.
Right? We're talking about evidence. It's not something that, you know, somebody just make it a joke off at a pub. These are documented. That 57, and this is 1989, and he mentioned it in 2001 at the national press conference, that 57 specified alien races have been confirmed. And that's a big thing.
Mm-hmm.
Where most of the world think, oh, no way, no way.
You know what, Merlina? Most of the world, I'm sure, didn't even know about this
I'm
conference.
sure, well, yes.
Yeah.
And probably, 25 years ago, I did not believe in alien races either.
Mm-hmm.
It's only, But Clifford Stone, Sergeant Clifford Stone, spent 22 years in the US Army, and he was part of an extremely elite and secret group that was rapidly discharged to recover UFO and ET crash sites. And his job was to recover, hide any type of UFO artifacts, ET crafts, any ET bodies that were found. So that was his job. It's just like the Roswell
Roswell.
crash.
Mm-hmm.
Roswell crash.
That would be
When
an
they said-
interesting job.
Well, Sergeant Clifford Stone, that was his job.
Wow.
So, he is a firsthand, he has a firsthand testimony of proof. And they would find live bodies sometimes of the ET crash sites, and sometimes there would be live ETs that they would have to quickly take away and hide and take them to the laboratories, secret service laboratories, and just say to the world, no, it was just a hot air balloon.
Right. So in other words, Roswell is not the only crash that we've had on our planet.
It's not the only crash.
They're crashing or crashing a lot on this planet. And
absolutely. And the governments know more than,
of course,
than what they are telling us, and they're not telling us anything, but they know a lot.
No, they're not telling us anything that we don't
What they're
already
telling
know.
us, I think we've already known.
We know.
We're ahead of them.
Yeah. Or what they're releasing anyway.
Yeah.
Now, before you go on to the next one, I want to say something. This is critical information from special people. Have you ever heard of any of you have read the books of Charles Hall?
I haven't.
What's the last name?
Hall, Hall.
Oh, no, I haven't.
Okay. Now, Charles Hall, he has a master in nuclear physics, and he was a former weather observer for the United States Air Force. So for 3 years, he communicated and liaisoned with the tall whites. And he says that they are very real, very complex, and very much a part of the community living at Nellis Air Force Base. And we all know that Nellis Air Force Base is a highly secretive 5,000 square mile no-fly zone area. It's a military compound in the Nevada desert. So Charles Hall, and I didn't have time to do a PowerPoint of him, but Charles Hall is a credible witness of the tall white extraterrestrials, which is one of the 57 alien races confirmed. And he's written books. And Sharon, Tracee, maybe you'd like to, read one of his books. He's written many books about his encounters and his interactions with these tall humanoid beings. And the descriptions are filled with so much detail and surprisingly revealing details. It's just mind-blowing.
I wrote his name down to check him out.
Yeah, Charles Hall. He's written absolutely incredible books. And he describes, some of the things that he's described, but if you don't have time, you could also go Google his name on YouTube, and you'll hear him talking about the tall whites. It talks about details of their habits, their daily habits, their children, and their activity, and they live in the Nevada desert.
Mm-hmm. I have
and
heard of that.
military bases.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
And before you change this, I also want to, you've also heard of the Honorable Paul Halier, the Defense Canadian Minister, ex-Canadian Minister? No?
What's his name again?
Paul Halier. He was a former.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes, he
Yes.
just recently died, right?
Yes,
Yes.
that's correct.
Yes,
Now,
and he
was
came
one
out
of
and
the-
talked about racism
Yes,
too.
and he was
Mhm.
one of the world's highest ranking alien believer,
Right.
right? He was
Yes.
a minister of defense. And one of his famous expressions was that he says, quote, UFOs are as real as the planes that fly over our heads.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's just so many official people, high-ranking people, but they've all been hushed. We don't know the truth.
Right.
Right? Next one.
Okay.
Okay. So I've just decided, we spoke about all these high-ranking officials and in the Air Force and, you know, in governments and everything, are saying that there are alien races. And I reckon that there are more than 57 alien confirmed races, because from 2001 up until like 2022, they've probably discovered many, many more. I reckon there are hundreds of them, alien races. So let's talk about the Galactic Federation, which again, a lot of people do not believe that the Galactic Federation exists, but it does. And the Galactic Federation is, and this is the intelligent and benevolent beings from different constellations, different star systems, which are following the path to visit us, to help us and raise our human awareness. And, you know, these photos I got off the internet. You know, anybody can Google them and look them up. Let's go into the next one.
Wait, before you do,
Yeah.
I was sharing with Merlina earlier that I've recently seen a galactic being that was in my mind's eye, just as clear as day. And as I was waking up one morning, I've seen her twice, and she looked like a cross between the bald being on our left and the bald being the second to the right. She was very human, but she had the large head, like the one with the light in her brow.
The purple. This is
the purple one.
Yeah,
and she had it, and she also had a high collared robe on, just like that. But her face was more human, and her eyes were like the one on the left. So it was like a merging of those two is what she looked like. And she had pastel, an energy field of like pastel colors. She was absolutely gorgeous.
And it'd be good. You've actually drawn. You showed me a picture
of someone else.
Okay.
Yes, I haven't drawn her yet. Yes.
No, yeah, okay, but
Okay.
I want to have a look at that when you put it on the screen. Yes.
Yes, when we get off the
Okay, because that's just
Galactic
amazing.
Galactic Federation dude, my Galactic Federation dude who showed up for me.
So here I've just added a few of the most, like some of the most common, so that people can start understanding. You know, they think of ETs as little gray men or green men. No, there is so many types of cosmic beings coming from neighboring star systems and planets. And here I've just added a few. Now, the Pleiadians. As I said, people can do their own research and they can Google them and have a look and read about them. but you get the Pleiadians, the Syrians, you know, the tall whites that we spoke about with Charles Hall, the ones in the top right-hand corner.
Mm-hmm.
They're the tall whites that he was working with for 3 years, every single day. And at the beginning, he was very, very afraid of them and sort of kept a distance from them because they, you know, they were very, well, you have to see it. I don't want to spoil it for you. He actually talks about it. It's fascinating. It's fascinating what he says about the tall whites. And then again, you've got the reptilians and you've got the greys, and some are hostile to humans, but most of them are benevolent beings that want to help Earth. Let's go into the next one. And again, I just added this so people can start understanding what these beings that we talk about, the Galactic Federation, is. The Pleiadians look very human. You know, they could be walking amongst us and we wouldn't even know. From what it says here, they for human guidance, they want to guide the humans. You get the Arcturians. They're great healers and diplomats, the Andromedans, the Syrians, the Nordics, which look a bit like the tall whites, but they're not really the same race. They're different. And all these are in the Galactic Federation. Now, these pictures here that you see, they're artists, like somebody's drawn what they might look like. Mm-hmm. What we're going to have a look later through my work is the real images of cosmic beings. These are drawn images of what they might look like. But after 12 years of my work, we will have a look at the real cosmic beings. And down the bottom, down the bottom, we've got the Atlans here. I put this in because everybody thinks of cosmic beings coming from the sky, you know, coming from the cosmos. We don't even know what's in our oceans deep down.
True.
We don't know, right? Not the less what's in the cosmos up high. And we don't even know what's inside the earth. And because I do believe that there are civilization or races maybe that live deep down underground in caves. And this is just one interpretation of an artist of the Atlans, what they might look like, underground race living in caverns below Earth. So when we talk about alien races, we're not talking about just up there. We're also talking about what's down below us.
Right.
All right. Next one. Now, this is where my work's going to come in. Mm-hmm. So for over 12 years, I've been studying the Orb Phenomena, and I've been capturing images. And as you can see, here's just a little example of real beings beyond our reality, captured in real time. And that's why the title of my book was The New Macrocosmic World of Order, because there is a hierarchy level, and every single part of the cosmos has hierarchy levels, and depending on what part of the cosmos or the universe that they are coming from, they look different and their energies are different. Next one. All right, again, Sergeant Clifford Stone said that there were at least 57 alien civilizations that were officially catalogued since 1989. That's what he said. officially. Now here are some of my work, and just have a look at the real. These are not artistic, you know, an artist
Rendition.
painting or drawing what he thinks. These are the real images of heads of cosmic beings from other dimensions, from other realms, from other frequencies that are visiting us in the big topic of the orb phenomena, and I'm capturing them with my MFT method.
You have a green guy in there.
Yes. I've actually,
That's
through
awesome.
my work, there's green, there's purple, there's pinks, there's, you
There
name it.
is. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Every single color. Some look very human, just like the Pleiadians, look very human, but some do not. Some sort of like a mixed breed, some look like more animal creatures. There is a big diversion of alien civilizations, and I'm capturing them. Next
Sharon,
one.
this one looks like your the headgear you drew on your
Oh,
Galactic
Oh yeah.
Federation.
Yeah.
It does. It's kind of squarish, right?
Yeah. And as we said in our first talk last month, a lot of them, I reckon 8 out of 10 heads that I capture have some sort of headgear, whether it's a helmet or a turban or a whatever you want to call it, it's a headgear. And they are here. And that's why I put the love heart there, because they don't want to harm us. They are here.
They are here.
I'm not talking about here. I'm not talking about a few of the malevolent beings that do not like humans. I'm talking about the majority of the alien civilizations that are here to help Earth.
Yes.
All right, next one. Okay, now we get to my work. I've added just about maybe 5 or 6 pictures of photos that I've captured. And this I took in 2012. It was on New Year's Eve by the date. You can see the 31st of the 12th. And I captured on Darling Harbour here in Sydney, New Year's Eve, this beautiful, beautiful orb. Now, I said to you, Sharon, that and to Tracee, that a lot of times I capture, when I go and do my MFT method, I can see that they are smiling. These cosmic beings look down on us because they are very friendly, they are loving, and they look down on us and they smile because they know they're being photographed. And as I said before, if I took a picture of you and you saw me with my camera aiming at you, you would smile, wouldn't you?
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So let's go into the next and we'll see the smiling. All right. Now here's the zoom image. And there is never one head in an orb, ever. There will be anything from maybe 3, 5, 10 to literally hundreds of heads in every orb. Because these are chambers, these are aircrafts, right? These are living aircrafts, living energies. So this is one of the cosmic smiling heads. It looks like it's got some sort of a blue headgear on. The bodies are always covered in the white protective. Let's go into the next one, you'll see it better.
Yes.
All right, now here's the photo.
Okay, that's better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's at the top of the orb. Now, when I did my research on the rest, there's literally, I don't know, maybe over 100 heads that I could see. But this is the smiling, friendly, cosmic being looking down on us as I was taking the picture. Next one. All right, now this one I captured in 2016. And this is not perfectly round. this is sort of slightly moving. It's hovering because it's not completely round. And I've said in my book that if an orb is perfectly round, it's stopped its motion because it wants to, like, it's just stopped. It's frozen its motion. This is sort of hovering a bit. Now, next one to see what's inside it. A smiling cosmic being. And that is, see the white where the arrow is, onto the left side, there's a white sort of a patch. That is the orb chamber wall. So it's looking out from the edge of the orb and it's looking down. The next one, you'll see it better. Next video. Here it is. Now, can you see the sentient head looking out and leaning on the cell chamber wall, like the craft?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Right, and it looks like it's got some sort of a hat on or headgear.
It does.
Yes.
Right, next one. Now, in that same orb that you saw, that I captured in 216, here are some more heads coming through. And of course, the smiling one is down the bottom, down the right-hand side. These are more heads that are coming through because there's never one head in it, in the crafts. Literally hundreds. Next one.
The one on the far bottom left looks like that being is wearing an army helmet or something.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
it does.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. It's some sort of whatever type of a hat. And the one in the middle, the top two, actually, the top two, top two, that one and the one in front, the on the left-hand side. That and that, they look like they're wearing some sort of a white, I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
It's some sort
It's
of a
strange.
white color. Yeah, yeah. All right, next one. Now look how perfectly round this orb is.
Wow.
That's a zoom image of it. Perfectly round. And that to me, and this is why the picture of this smiling female sentient is so distinct, because I think it wanted to be photographed. It just stopped its motion because, you know, they travel at greater, well, these energy fields travel greater than the speeds of light. So, you know, we've seen the beams, we've seen the distorted images of them because they travel at speeds of light, maybe even more, within the fraction of a second of the camera shutter. But when you capture something like this, perfectly round, trust me, it has stopped. And it's saying, yeah, here I am, take a picture of me. And here
Yeah,
is
I think they estimate in the Orb Project book, they travel about 500 to 600 miles per hour at times.
Yes, yes.
So it's pretty fast.
And, you know, the Orb Project to me was one of my first books that I read, and I was fascinated by the Orb Project. And, you know, if people want to learn more about orbs, they should go into buy the Orb Project and read it. Got a lot of information in there, you know, for people that want to know more about orbs. So let's go into the next one and have a look at this female. Now,
wow.
Yeah, that little white dot there is just a little moth.
That's not a fairy. Oh darn.
No,
okay.
that I would say that's a moth. Down where the fallen tree is, that's a moth, right? But
Right
look
here.
how, yeah, that's a moth. But look how bright that orb, that yellow orb was that we saw a zoom image of, how perfectly round.
Right.
And I've just added the area in which it was. And here is with my MFT, the woman in white. I this is one of my favorite,
It's gorgeous.
like the woman in white.
Eagle.
Mhm.
And somebody actually said to me, it looks like a bride in white, the veil.
Mhm. Mhm.
Well, I don't think it's a bride, but it does look very, very, very human-like. A
Mhm.
smiling female cosmic being. Next one, we might see it clearer. Next. Yes.
There we go.
All right. Now look at the orb down the bottom. Oh,
Whoops.
all right. It's okay. We can stay there. I wanted to.
You can. Tracee can go back. No, she can go back.
That's
Do
okay.
you want to go back?
Yeah. You skipped ahead too. All right, there we
Yeah.
go.
I just want you to see the outer chamber wall, where that round. It's a protection. That's the craft, and this smiling female, beautiful, sentient cosmic being is inside, and it's protected by the outer wall. Okay, now we can go to the next one and have a better look at it. And
Wow.
there is no doubt about it that this beautiful cosmic being is smiling.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right. All right, next one. Oh, okay, this one. I did a zoom on it for people. I do a lot of pictures that are similar so that people can get their heads around what they are, because you show them one picture and they say, yeah, no way. But you show them a series of pictures and then they start to realize that, yes, they start to understand. So this is one that
I'm sorry, go ahead.
yeah, did you wanted to say something?
I was just going to say that has to take a lot of focus on that being's part to stop that, to stop their craft or their whatever what we call an orb, to stop that in order to me it seems like in order for someone to take a photo and to be in that immense focus to be able to maneuver around like that way.
Yes, but don't forget they've got the technology. They could disappear like that and then appear again, and they can go from 0 speed to, I don't know, the speed of light. So
I wonder if they're doing this telepathically, if they're using controls, or because these are this is biological and it's light, right? So I wonder if they're doing this telepathically.
As we said before, these are hologram images of them. Yes. So we will, I reckon within the next decade, we will know much more.
Right. Look how much more we know now compared to, thanks to you, Merlina. And
yeah, I believe that. Yeah.
Thank you, girls, for that. But I mean, really, 10 years ago, I would never have believed that I would be onto close of a breakthrough. Never in my wildest dreams. And I could never have done it alone. I think they're guiding me. So this is maybe my mission in life. Maybe this, when it's time for me to go the other side, maybe this will be my legacy.
Your legacy. What a beautiful, amazing legacy as well. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, let's go to the next one. Oh, no, the next, we're nearly finished. You got to go to the next. Yes. All right. And here's another one I took. This was a little stroll in the park a few years ago. Again, look how perfectly round. And it could be from maybe I'm attracting a certain part of the cosmos. It's even the same color as the previous one, perfectly round. So as I said, I think I'm attracting a certain part of the cosmos, right? Actually, here I'm walking around and I'm asking for them, show up in my photo. And my son took this photo. So let's go into what's inside. All right, no, there's hundreds of cosmic beings in this, but I noticed that there is one particular leaning on the orb capsule, the wall, looking out. It's not very clear here. Let's go to the next one. I had to enlarge it, and then it's leaning over the edge, and it's wearing some sort of a red, red headgear.
Yeah, definitely. It's some kind of a headgear that's very elaborate, it looks like.
Yeah. And it's looking downwards towards me. The face, it's a 3/4 face looking down at me. Next one. I'm trying to go as fast as I can.
Oh no, you're fine. No worries.
All right. So from one photo to the other, this is I've just added so people can understand how genuine orbs travel. They can see us, but we can't directly visibly see them. So as I'm walking, this orb is above me, and I've incorporated the orb in that position so that you could see how it was looking down. And there was one cosmic being. It's like it's leaning on the cell wall, looking down at me with that red hat.
Being watched.
Yes, I was being observed. Yes, that's what they do. They observe us. Yes, absolutely.
So he's like, you called, here I am.
Yes, and
You
looking
rang?
down. Looking down. Yes, absolutely.
Right.
Next one. All right. Here's another round one I captured. Now I had to enlarge this, and the colors are a bit blurry, but you could see there are many windows in high-rise buildings. This was in India, in Mumbai, which I captured in 2012. So those lights that you see, they're the two tall buildings, right? And I captured this bright round orb, but it is slightly moving, because you could see the auras of the purple and you could see the auras of the orange on the outskirt of the orb. Yes. So it either was going to stop or it started to move. All right. When I went into it, let's have a look. They like to lean on the edge of the wall and just smile or stare out, observe. Now again, you could see the capsule, the cell wall, right? Not the cell wall, the capsule wall, right? The craft wall, and you could see the beautiful blonde female just leaning on the orb capsule wall and staring out, just like the next one.
It looks like she has some kind of something on her head that's another elaborate type of head.
That white thing that's on her head, I don't know, it could be like we sort of wear like ribbons or something, or bows, or a decoration. No, it's in that area of the orb where I have it in yellow, the outer chamber wall, and you could see down the bottom, the last photo. I tried to get the color off, took the color so you can actually see the face. It's just on the wall, and it's just observing. As
right here.
Yes, it's just observing. All right, next one. And here's just a bit better photo of it.
Yeah.
Leaning on the orb capsule wall and just observing. And this female sentient again looks human. Right? but it is pixelated. So it's,
Mhm.
yeah, people have to realize that these are other frequencies, these are other dimensions, and they're not going to be high definition like
What's
we are.
interesting is she has that white, the white is in the middle of her forehead. That white
Yes,
light.
yes. And can you see one of the eyes is darker than the others? One of the
Right.
eyes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And
you
look,
can see it up the top, the very, very top photo.
is that another being behind her?
There's lots of beings behind her,
Okay.
right? There
Great.
is lots of heads there behind her, but I focused only on this one.
Right.
But I have on my files, there's at least another 20 behind her. They
Mm.
overlap each other, and you can see the
Okay.
head.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, next one. And again, another one, perfectly round. This one, taken maybe 2013, 14, I can't remember. Again, my son took the picture. I just meditated and I said, oh, I'd like, because I had the background behind me. This is the Sydney Harbour Bridge, or close to the bridge anyway. It's in the harbour. And I just felt that I wanted to take an orb in this beautiful setting. And this is a zoom image, perfectly round. It's not gold. This is probably coming from another cosmos, another realm, another part of wherever they come from. And I did my MFT method, and there's lots of cosmic heads observing me.
Sure.
Next one. And you can tell it's very close to me because it's probably about 12 inches or a foot away from my hand. That's how close it was. And it is in front of the railing. So it's not like, if you can see, the railing doesn't cover it. That covers the railing. So it's very close to me, in front of the railing that's behind me.
Very
Here is-
large.
It is very large. Yeah.
I would say it's about, due to my hand, and it's so close to my hand, I would say it's about as big as a balloon,
Mhm.
like a foot, this big. And these are some of the heads that were observing me. Next one. And here again. They were sort of observing me as I'm sitting there asking for them to come. So they just appeared observing. Next one.
Oh, that's that one.
All right, we're into the last one.
Oh, wow.
All right, now this one I just aimed into the dark sky. And this beautiful translucent, I said category 1 here, but I've changed it into transcendent module ones. That's what I call these type of orbs. And again, perfectly round, and the color. I capture a lot of these. And when I went into it, as I said, there's never one head. There is lots of heads. Right in the center, there are 2 cosmic beings face to face looking at each other. Let's go into the next one where it's.
And one has a beard.
Yes.
I love
I
that.
was going to say that.
Oh, sorry.
Now,
I ruined it.
yes.
Okay.
No, because I've written that here, a bearded male with a red turban headgear. I've
Yes,
actually,
a
if you look at
turban.
the fine print, yeah. And there's a female here, as I've written on the screen, with dark hair. I believe it's a female. I don't believe it's a male. It could be a male that looks like a female. I don't know. But the male is definitely got a beard. All right, next one. And there's a closer look. Bearded male with helmet or turban headgear, smiling at the dark-haired female sentient. And they're face to face.
Right.
It was right in the middle. So in this cosmic craft, it's like a whole scene setting. Like it's like you and I would get into an airplane, we'd talk to each other, we'd look at each other, I don't know, we'd do what we do. And this is exactly because these are orb crafts. Next one. And here I've added the way, now there's a darker orb. I've zoomed into it. That's the bright yellow orb that the two turban guy with bearded guy. And there's a darker orb. If you could see, there was two together, one was light, one was dark. But I've just put them into place how they were traveling.
Wow.
That's how orb capsules travel. And as I said, these are real cosmic beings. Next one. And I've here it is in more detail and bigger. And right behind them, if I focus behind, there'd be other heads behind looking. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
But can you
It's really
see
clear.
the bearded with a turban, or what looks like a turban?
Oh, definitely.
Yes.
And the dark haired woman on her profile, like that sort of profile looking at each other.
Yeah, there's definitely a dark-haired being there, male, female or male,
Yeah.
looking at him.
And they're inside, and the top picture up the top, inside the orb capsule. It's down the bottom.
There's
It's inside
somebody
the craft.
here.
There's more heads there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Lots of
All right.
heads. Yeah, there's amazing.
Exactly. Yes,
Totally.
Sharon. Yes, Sharon. Yes. Next one. Again, a bigger. And their bodies, here I've got category 1 orbs, but which are the transcended module 1 orbs. That's what I call them, but it's shorter to call them just category 1 orbs. Where the bodies are hidden beneath this white, really white. Even though the orb looked yellow, when I went into it, it's white. If you remember the picture.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Okay, next one. Are we going backwards? Did we just go backwards? No. Anyway, next one. All right. I'm to my conclusion now that the orb phenomena is bringing a new light to our understanding of the universe, and intelligent life forms are visiting us from other realms inside the orb phenomena.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
There's no doubt about that.
No doubt.
No. Next one. And this is just my orb phenomena research, which is a new reality. You know, maybe we couldn't have proved this 20 years ago, 15 years ago. We can prove it now.
Right. Yeah.
And these are
So,
just some. Yes.
I was just going to say that, would you maybe, I guess we could entertain the thought that they've been around for a very, very, very long time. It's just that now we have the tools and the capability to capture them, and for Merlina, you with your groundbreaking work here, to pull them out of these photos.
Yeah, they've been around forever.
Exactly.
I can't even talk about thousands of years. Thousands of years is nothing.
I know,
nothing.
right?
In their, I mean, we talk about days. I don't even think that these other realities even have days. They have a different time span.
Totally.
Like maybe 1,000 years of their life is probably one day of our life. Who knows? You know, but these are real images of cosmic beings that governments know that there are, as Sergeant Clifford so said in 2001, that officially catalogued 57 alien races. 57 at least. And this is the real thing.
Is that it? Oh,
right. Okay, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
We're finished now. Yeah. So
I thought we were done. I thought that was the end.
oh no, we're one picture off. Yes. So down the bottom, I've got images of perhaps the very first down the bottom, the very first orangey, yes, that that might even be a real
being.
a real cosmic alien,
Yeah.
an extraterrestrial or whatever. That might be a real one.
Mm-hmm.
Right. The other ones are portrayals, probably, you know, artistic, you know, how they modules. So, but the top ones up the top, these are real images. These are my MFT images. So, you know, there is a coincidence there.
Mm-hmm.
Real life and images of what they could look like down the bottom. So there is a coincidence. I don't think so.
I don't believe in coincidence.
No,
Nope.
I don't believe. I
Yeah.
don't believe in coincidences. So again, all these heads that I'm capturing are covered in this white. So heads are very important. And the last photo, next one. All right, so here's just a small example of, I believe that I have the largest collection in the world through my MFT method of cosmic beings from other dimensions in real time. I don't think anybody else has this, because these are not artistic drawings. Oh yes, that's yours.
I know this guy.
I thought that was going to say that guy looks familiar.
Yeah,
I remember
putting
the
arrow.
crown.
Yeah, that's
The
yours,
crown.
Tracee.
The crown, yeah.
Yeah.
That's my peep.
That's right.
Yeah. It came out of the dark stigma to watch,
Yeah.
to observe you. Yes, absolutely. So I have the largest collection in the world showing cosmic beings from other dimensions and life beyond our reality. That as I'm saying it again, that can be seen in real time. And here's just a small example of my work of real cosmic beings. Part of these could be in the Galactic Federation. That's it.
Wow. That's it. That's amazing. That is amazing. Thank you, Merlina. Tracee.
It's very hard.
Thank you, Merlina.
Yes.
I thank you, Tracee, but it's very hard to try, you know, within an hour or an hour and a half to try and explain to people 12 years of my work. Oh, back to normal. To explain like 12 years of my work in just an hour.
Oh, of course.
But everything I say is with images. I don't say anything unless I've got my images to back me up.
Yes. Okay, we lost Tracee again.
Tracee's gone again. Yeah.
Okay.
You're an
Amy?
interdimensional being. Like you're here and you've gone. You're here and you're gone.
She's getting beamed up and down, up and down. Yes, we see you. We see you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We see you. Yeah. So let me show real quick before we stop.
Can you show people the picture that you
Yes, that's what I was
the
going
one
to
that
do.
you drew? Yes.
And
Let me let my dog out while you paused it.
Okay.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Yes. So just a little backdrop. I went into meditation and asked for whatever star beings are working with me to appear. And nice shot of your boobs, Trace. Okay. So
what did I do?
you stopped right in front of the camera and it caught your chest.
Oh, funny.
Okay.
I'm glad you were recording that one.
We are recording.
We are recording.
We're recording right now? Well, you better
No,
edit
look,
that out.
it's fine.
No, it's good. We'll give everyone. Yeah.
They're yours, right? You didn't steal them.
No.
No,
So anyway, so I was just explaining my drawing, and I'm just forewarned, I'm not a good drawer, but this is how. During my meditation, I asked for whatever galactics I'm working with to just show, let me know whatever galactics I'm working with. And 20 minutes or so into my meditation, I had a clear vision of this dude sitting there right in front of me, looking at me, and he looked like this right here.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And the helmet or the headgear, whatever it is.
Mhm. Yeah.
And
And he
you know,
and he had this emblem here, and
it looks like a Star Trek.
yes,
Yeah.
exactly. And I believe Star Trek is soft to closure, but he has hands on top of a console or a table or something. And
this is what I'm saying, like what you've drawn, that is part of the Galactic Federation.
yeah,
And
I got
yes, go
that
ahead.
definitely, because what was really amazing to me was, do you know of Elena Denon? She's from she's French, and she works with galactic beings, and she's been off world and things like that. And the reason I trust her information is because, you know, I'm not going to say I trust everything everyone says, but she's got some amazing contact stories. But she's an artist, and she drew the Galactic Federation of Worlds, the commander that she works with, and he was wearing the same, and I got this before I even knew about her, the same uniform with the shoulders like that, same blue uniform, and with this insignia. So
that's amazing. That's
then
amazing. I do believe that they do wear uniforms.
Mhm.
There's a hierarchy in their uniforms. I truly believe that.
Yeah, totally. Anyway, so that was cool. And we are looking at Tracee with half closed eyes. Sorry, Tracee, you're not there to defend yourself as we giggle about your.
We love you, Tracee.
We love you, Tracee. Yes. And okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Sorry. Isn't the internet fun? Zoom calls fun. Merlina, that was amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I always love talking to you girls.
Oh, well, yes, we love talking to her. She's, yeah, she'll, so those, whoa, we got the giggles after that. We could just feel the energy as you're doing that. I just feel the energy. We did a little blessing beforehand and brought in all of our, peeps that are working with us for this gathering and everything like that. And all of us, I mean, I can just imagine that all the peeps that are working with you, Merlina, with the work you're doing, it's got to be floodgates of people, beings, galactics.
They're working with all of us. Everybody
Totally.
has a mission. I mean, I'm amazed at what other people are finding and doing. This is my mission. I mean, you've got your mission, and what you're doing is beautiful, and what Tracee's doing, and what all these other people are doing. And even at the beginning, when we saw all these photographs at the beginning, from Marat and Dumatron, and even Teresa, taking pictures and showing the world on her property, that is what they're meant to do.
Yeah.
So it's a complex. To make a beautiful cake, you have to keep adding your little eggs and one ingredient and the other ingredient and the other ingredient, and then you bake it and the cake comes out. So it's like,
exactly,
you're adding your ingredient, I'm adding my ingredient, everybody's adding their ingredient, and then it's all going to come out together.
Right. We can't all of us be adding the flour. So we all have to ask. We don't get a cake.
No, you don't. You just got to keep adding.
We just get a flour. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, so we'll let you go. Thank you so much, and I'll say goodbye for Tracee. And we love you so much, and thank you everyone for watching. And I'm sure you enjoyed this. It's amazing information. Merlina, do you have anything else you'd like to share? I know you have a book. If you could share how to get your book, please. And I'll have it in the details as well.
Okay, it's just through Amazon. Amazon. They look up have I got it here? Yeah, the new macro cost. No, it's disappeared.
There you go. Yes.
Macrocosmic. But that's not important to me, selling the book. It's just getting my, even word of mouth of what we're saying. The book's not
Right. But the
Not
book is
important to me.
amazing with also helping people see. I mean, you have so many amazing photos in there, and your information, your wisdom, and everything that you've kind of like explained today or shared with us today is in, you've done a really amazing job with putting all that all together. So I highly recommend her book. I have so many pages marked in her book, Merlina's, but it's a coffee table book. That's the kind of book it is, where you just keep on looking at it.
Yeah, I've had a lot of people saying it's a conversation piece.
Oh,
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah.
So thank you.
You've got your people agreeing and disagreeing on it and looking through it, and
Yeah, totally. All right, darling. Well, thank you so much for being here. And
Thank you.
yeah. Mwah. Okay.
And to Tracee. Mwah.
Yes. Okay. And thank you everyone for watching once again. Love you dearly. We'll see you next time.